respects and acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet here today. I pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging and recognise their continuing connection to lands, water and community. Good morning, my name is Rachel Cook and I'm 18-year-old proud Waka Waka and Bunjalung woman. I'm here today to share with you a bit about myself and my journey through life, including my time spent with Booyah. Things have not always been so good for me. I was born in Lismore, New South Wales, and I am one of 6 siblings. I was born into a family where there was significant domestic violence. At the age of 3, my mum was sent to prison for 4 years. The following year, whilst my mum was away, my dad was killed in a car accident. So it was a really difficult time for me and my family. While my mum was in prison, I had no parental figure around me, and so for myself and my 6 siblings, we were split up and sent to live with various extended family members. Whilst living with other family members, myself and my other siblings experienced violence firsthand that was directed towards us. When my mum was released from prison, we moved around a lot and witnessed domestic violence firsthand, as some of my mum's boyfriends were very physically violent towards her and towards us. Growing up with this, as well as drug and alcohol abuse, led me to think that's how families were and that this was a normal way to live. I became desensitized to violence. As a young person, I was expelled from all the primary schools I attended and subsequently banned from all primary schools in Queensland for displaying constant aggressive and antisocial behaviour. As I continued into my teenage years, there was domestic violence, alcohol and drug issues in my family, and I saw and heard things that no young person should be exposed to. I became a very angry person. I started high school. I was constantly being suspended for aggression and verbal abuse towards teachers and other students. Being constantly suspended, I became disengaged and disinterested in being at school and being involved in my community. I didn't care about my education. I fell into a bad crowd of friends, became involved in gang behaviours. I started to get into trouble with police for violence-related offences. It was when I was at my lowest point in 2016, when I was 14, that I was referred to Project Booyah. I met Lyndall, the police coordinator, whilst I was involved in committing an assault. This program helped me to overcome all my obstacles and barriers that had become such a big part of my life. Booyah taught me to believe in myself, encouraged me not to give up, and to always try my very best. Most of all, it taught me resilience. I gained a mentor, Lyndall. She never given up on me. The relationships I developed with Lyndall and Auntie Deb gave me hope. Hope for my future, taught me that I had worth, that I was going to be someone, that I could do anything I wanted to be. I graduated the program as the Ducks of the group. After graduating Booyah, I became an ambassador for the program. I became the mentor. I have been able to help other young people. I have been given many wonderful opportunities to meet with various members of Parliament, local, state and federal. I've been involved in different programs and projects which have enabled me to speak about and promote Project Booyah. My school attendance became 100%. I became a volunteer for various organisations, including the Department of Child Safety, helping and mentoring young Indigenous children in foster care. These have been a major highlight of my Booyah experience. I developed strong relations with the Booyah team and other participants of the program with the help of Auntie Deb Debris. I've also formed and maintained strong cultural ties with the local Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander community in Moreton Bay. But my story doesn't finish there. My younger sister Violet became involved in a relationship with an older boy when she was 14. This relationship was toxic and my sister was violently assaulted on many occasions. This went on for years. When it came to a head, my mum called Lyndall. Lyndall and Auntie Deb contacted the Domestic and Family Violence Unit and they became involved, and after months of counselling and support, my sister applied for and received an order to protect herself. 2018 was a very hard year for me. An incident occurred and my sister and I became victims again of family domestic violence. As a result, we found ourselves homeless. I was in year 12. I felt helpless. I had to sleep in my car. Violet and I turned to Lyndall and Auntie Deb for help. They helped us apply for housing, supported us finding somewhere to stay and paid for things we needed when we could not. I struggled. My mental health disintegrated. I thought about killing myself. I didn't think I was worth anything. I called Lyndall. She took me to get some help. Somehow I stayed at school and I didn't give up. I kept going. I continued my studies and I kept my attendance at school and was more than determined than ever to complete year 12. I will never forget what Booyah had taught me. Never to give up and always try your best. I still achieved. I represented my school at the Indigenous Youth Parliament in Canberra. I received academic awards. I was trying to save money to attend my end of year school trip to Europe. So on Friday the 16th of the 11th, 2018, I graduated Year 12 from Primary State High School. I passed all my subjects and completed 2 certificates. I went to my formal. I was the first person in my family to even complete secondary school. With the help of Lyndall and some sponsors I gained, and I went to Europe and had the time of my life. But I was still homeless when I came back. Lyndall and Deb found me housing, and at the beginning of this year, we got a house. So my sister and I were so happy, but we had nothing but the clothes on our back. Lyndall approached a charity called Share the Dignity. Share the Dignity supports women who are homeless, living in poverty, victims of domestic violence. Even though their role isn't to furnish people's houses, the kindness of Rochelle's heart and her volunteers, they furnished our entire place. I can never thank her enough, and I appreciate everything her and her team have done for me. Lyndall then told me they wanted to give me a job. So I started there as an intern and have transitioned into a full-time employee. I play a massive part in Indigenous mental health, and I've developed strong friendships with my work and team. My boss Rochelle, who is amazing and constantly supports me. I have attended and spoken at events for Share the Dignity at the Massive Dignity with Rebecca Gibney and Jackie Chad, and many more amazing people I've got to meet along the way. I couldn't believe that there were so many people like Booyah and Share the Dignity that would want to help someone and want nothing in return. Not just myself has completed Booyah, my sister also completed Booyah as well, and 2 of my cousins who are also sisters. Our family has become more united, and the issues that led us to being homeless are being addressed. Lyndall, Auntie Deb and Booyah have supported my whole family, never judging but always helping. I still volunteer, I give back to my community, to my culture. My sister and I are both mentors for Booyah and regularly speak to other young people about our experiences and the issues surrounding domestic and family violence. And the most important experience for me was having Lyndall as my mentor, who supported me through my journey so far, and if it wasn't for her, I would not be the person I am today. Project Booyah has helped so many young people to better themselves, to achieve their goals, and encourage them to become anyone they want to be. To Inspector Pine and Senior Sergeant Ian Frame, thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for the effort you've put in to make this program happen. Thank you for always checking up on us, asking how things are going. The smallest things means the most to people in need. Domestic violence, it's not okay, not now, not ever. Thank you.